Welcome to the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. You are listening to a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa, where you can catch special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, and live on-location reports. The special guests who will be on the Sister Speak Show are dynamic and impacting the communities with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. This is a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening nourishment. We don't go dumb, we go wisdom. On the Sister Speak Show, it's about making the known known. You can listen live and on demand to the Sister Speak Show on Spreaker, Amazon Alexa, Google Play, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Tumblr, and TuneIn Radio. Add us to your listening shuffle. We want to be the flavor in your ear. We consider the Sister Speak Show to be one of the dopest podcasts in podcasting. Thank you for your listening support and welcome. Let's tune in, shall we? Welcome, my brothers and my sisters. You are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. This is your host, Ayana, and I am recording live from Dallas, Texas, brothers and sisters. Ooh, everything is going up because anything going down is what? Crashing. That's right, brothers and sisters. Oh, I am so excited to vibe out with you this evening. I mean, you know, I've been thinking about you. And guess what? Oh, yes. We have a special guest this evening, brothers and sisters. Oh, you know, I don't disappoint you now, do I? My special guest this evening is Songstress, musician, R&B singer, really. Sister Queen, Allie, will be my special guest this evening, brothers and sisters. I'm excited to vibe out with her. I just want to thank all of you all for tuning in this evening. You know, I guess you decided to podcast and chill with the Sister Speak Show, and I'm so glad that you did. Now listen, I just have to say hello to my listening audience abroad. Excuse me. Hello to my international listening audience. Hello to my national audience and my local. You know what? The Sister Speak Show is doing amazing things. And it's because of you. It's because of the special guests. And ultimately, it's really because of Jesus the Christ. I am honored to be your host this evening and every evening that I get to vibe out with you all. You can definitely listen to the Sister Speak Show, as you heard, on all the 9 platforms. And we just want to be the flavor in your ear. So without further ado, brothers and sisters, let's just get right on into it. That's right, pleased to meet you. I sure won't tell you my name. No, I'm just playing, brothers and sisters. I know you hear that wonderful song in the background. That's the instrumental karaoke version. Instrumental for Cochina Niña by Vanity. Nasty Girl. Yes. So listen, everybody, the tour is where you can catch every aspect of the music industry. We really like to dedicate our segment to what goes on behind the scenes as well as in front of the scenes when it comes to the industry, highlighting the known, making the known known, and just really paying homage and honoring those who really contribute to the entire entity of the music industry. It's enough that we celebrate, you know, people who are always in the forefront. But what about all the other millions and millions of amazing kings and queens that sing, manage, produce, you know, rap, or publicists, A&Rs, wardrobe stylists, hairstylists, whatever it is, all the ingredients that make up the music industry, they need to be recognized as well. Look at all their hard work. And we don't want anybody driving home feeling like, I do all this stuff for everybody and I get no recognition. I do all this stuff for everybody and nobody ever just says thank you, you know? I've done so many things for free. Well, you know what? I want to talk to you. And I want to say thank you for what you do. I recognize you. Okay? So listen, brothers and sisters, I was thinking about you. And I said, we're going to play, just a couple of videos that deal with women in the music industry. Women in the music industry have it tough. They really do. I think about this song, Nasty Girl, and although, the beat is funky and everything, but really, sometimes that's what you sometimes feel like you have to be in this industry, is a nasty girl to get ahead. And we don't want you to feel that way. We want you to be able to use your talents righteously and be able to be a powerhouse when you step into the room, so nobody feels like they have to ejaculate all over your body because that's what you present to them. You don't ever in your life want to be a oh, here it comes. But I'm just going to say it. You don't ever want to be a bucket for somebody's semen. You don't want everybody to be like her. Oh yeah, she's definitely bopping for beats and thoughting for tracks. Oh, she's an easy one too. Okay, you don't ever want anybody to call you Lil Dutchie. Lil Dutchie, that song by Poor Righteous Teachers, Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side? Look. No, maybe that's not them. Is that Pastor Dutchie? Whatever it is, look, you don't want to be the Dutchie. You don't want people passing you around in the industry because you decided to take the microwave route to get ahead. No. And we don't want you to give head to get ahead. I'm just being very honest. That is something that needs to be honored in your marriage, but it doesn't need to be honored with your music producer unless he's your husband. Now listen, I don't want you out here dumbing yourself down, slutting yourself out to be notarized in this industry. I don't want you to feel like the bar has already been set when it comes to female entertainers in the music industry. A lot of people want to be like said person. A lot of people have idols. Now, we are not supposed to be worshiping anybody. There's supposed to be no idol worship, so you need to get rid of that. Now, I can understand somebody who you're influenced by, somebody who you look at who has really done some amazing things in the industry, and somewhere along the line, you want to model some of their blueprints. I understand that. I just don't want you idly worshiping anybody. But I also don't want you thinking that the bar has been set, and if you're not at that bar, then you're no good. I don't want you ever to walk away with any type of thoughts that any rejection that you receive is because you're not good enough, because your song wasn't good enough, or any of that. If you know you're working hard, if you know you're grinding it out, if you know that you are absolutely beautifully dope and amazing, then you walk away with your head held high because that's their loss. But I don't want you taking any L's sexually in order to be known as one of the top female entertainers in the music industry. That's just a no. Okay? So listen, we're going to take a commercial break. After this commercial break, we're going to come back. I've got a video for you, and we're going to wait for my guest to call in. I'm so happy that you vibed out with me this evening on the tour, on the Sister Speak Show. It's your host, Ayana, in full effect with you all, brothers and sisters. Hang on in there, okay? We'll be right back.
Listening to the Sister Speak Show is even easier now with the new abilities available from Spreaker Skill on Amazon Alexa. With Spreaker on Alexa, you can now listen to the Sister Speak Show from even more places from all around the world. You also have navigation control, fast forward and rewind podcasts to make sure you never miss a second of your favorite show. And then you can ask for show recommendations like the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve.
Beyonce! Winning Album of the Year and more awards than any male artist. But apart from performers, women don't get much recognition in the music industry because they're barely even represented. In music production, women make up less than 5% of producers and engineers. meaning almost every song you hear is produced by men. A group of female artists sat down with Mary H.K. Choi to explain why.
Why were you so cold? Let the truth be told.
What are some of like the politics inherent in getting a producer credit?
What happens in today's forum is a lot of artists don't write a lot of their songs, and majority of them that are more like the Patti Smith, Chrissy Hines, they're at home rocking out and don't need anybody's approval, and so they don't come out. But then the ones that do come out are the ones that want credit for things that they haven't done.
Well, a few times when I've done sessions like for other people, you show up and like I think, for example, like at least me, like I think people more perceive me as an artist than a producer, and people will actually not believe that I do it because of this. Why do you think it's important to just own everything that you make? Because you very pointedly do.
You know, there is that level of wanting to show that you know exactly what you're doing because you are female and you're going to be held at a higher standard. So when you go into those environments, especially if it's out of your comfort zone, you want to have your shit together.
Do you ever feel like an onus to be like, I have to level the playing field in this very specific way?
If I don't find them good musicians, and I don't feel as though they deserve to get raised up more than someone else. I view myself in the same way. I'd rather be in someone's top 20 producers, I'd rather be the 20th person than someone say, you're my favorite female producer.
How many times has someone been like, you're my favorite female producer?
All the time.
Yeah.
777 times you threw me off the bridge. We built it together.
Is that I feel as though I have to overcompensate. So I'm very public about, like, this is music technology I'm into. I've done tutorials. I let people see all my sessions. And yet, to some degree, when I look at myself do that, I'm like, I shouldn't have to. Yeah. I mean, sharing knowledge is fine. I do everything.
And it's annoying because dudes won't share knowledge. Like, if I'm in a session with someone, I'm like, oh, what are you using or whatever? And they're like, don't want you to know.
But also, I think they have a community. Like, when you see Rick Rubin in footage with, like, Jay-Z and Pharrell and those other producers, my first thought was, well, how come females aren't doing that?
I've actually been thinking there should be, like, a music union or, like, a women's music union or something. You know what I mean? Something where it's, like, where we can recreate, like, what they have. How important are the Grammys to y'all?
Accolades, I love those. Give me a trophy, I'll take it. You know, because it gives me an opportunity to get in front of a bunch of people and tell them how I really feel.
I said, hey, what's going on?
Okay, so, because I tried to apply for Producer of the Year for the Grammys last year, and they wouldn't let me because I hadn't worked on anyone else's album. I would have had to have another artist hire me, and I would have had to have, like, produced, like, a track on another successful record.
I think it can be discouraging if a young girl has aspirations of wanting to go into production and looks at the Grammys and goes, well, there's no one that's female, and there's no one that looks like me. Why in the hell would I think that I can be successful in that arena?
How high does your pain threshold have to be in order to do this?
I think you have to pretty thick skin generally to be in the entertainment industry.
Especially with the internet comments. They're brutal.
It's like to even defend ourselves, we have to, like, you know, get death threats and all this shit, and it's just like... How often do you get death threats? Well, I've disabled everything for a year now, so I don't know. So do you think that the press is largely complicit in... The press is fucking so complicit. Sorry, no offense. Say more things. No, none taken. Like, okay, I'll say this. If I said the things about male artists that they say about me, like, I, like, wouldn't have a career.
It's not just male journalists, though, because I feel like patriarchy has no gender in that sense.
Yeah, no, female journalists in that, too. Yeah. Jesus, this is all really bleak, you guys.
It's really easy to feel undermined, and maybe we have to pay a higher price than our male counterparts, but we're doing that, and then the next generation may not have to as much.
We just need to focus on the positive, just figure out who we are as artists, and just figure out what your success is, and just go for it. That's it. Don't be afraid, just go.
Brothers and sisters, that clip was brought to you by Vice News. Okay, you can check all of There are wonderful clips out on YouTube. I always want to cite my source, and that was for educational purposes only, brothers and sisters. Now, with that being said, I want to talk to you all about something that is very... pause, because it's not time yet. Our next clip that we're going to play, but not right now, but maybe, hopefully at the end, if not, I'll save it for the next time, is going to be dark-skinned girls on colorism. Because one of the things that we see a lot of the time, not only with, the lack of notoriety with the music producers being female, is also still the lack of representation of dark-skinned girls. We're still dealing with that colorism thing. And so that really plays a role in how far one can get when it comes to the music industry. And so, be it that you're a woman, be it that you're a woman that has high melanin, you may experience some situations that are harder than others. So one of the aspects of the Sister Speak Show is to provide, some teaching tools, some teaching clips, but then to also leave you walking away empowered and to know that you can gain wisdom and that you still don't have to be discouraged just because somebody is looking at you saying you don't fit the bar. Favor is something that really can take you far. Favor. Okay, where you may not have the qualifications, you may not have this, you may not have that, but you've got faith and you've got favor, and that all comes from the Father. So this entire aspect of the tour really is about making you be super successful as an independent artist, making you be aware of the dangers as well as the assets, if you will, the pluses of the music industry. So we don't have to see you on documentaries that have a conclusion of, a suicide or, a near fatal drug overdose or, dealing with some sort of addiction as a result of the music industry literally skinning you alive. Because there are some people who come insane and they leave out insane. And we just really want you to have a level playing field mentally. Make sure you're, dealing with your mental health, your spiritual health, as well as your financial health. I don't want it to be that you get so big that you need somebody to burp you. That you need somebody to hold your umbrella. Okay, there should be some things that you are still able to do that keep you human and that do not invite the spirit of arrogance and conceitedness and corruption. Okay, I want you to be able to know how to count your own money and know where your money is at all times so nobody is running off. I don't want you to be in Belize and your accountant is somewhere being a sleaze. Hear me, somebody. Don't let the whole how can I say it? The whole attraction of an entourage and the whole aspect of celebrity blind you and make you feel like you need to have so many people around you that you really end up on the short end of the stick. Okay? Jealousy is real. Wicked people are real. And so you need to make sure that you examine and you prove who are the people in your neighborhood. You remember Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers used to ask that all the time. Brothers and sisters, my special guest is calling in. I'm so excited. Brothers and sisters, calling in live to the Sister Speak Show is the one and the only. We must give a round of applause for my sister queen, Songstress, singer, Allie. I'm so excited. I am so good. I just was so excited to talk to you because you are, along with everybody else, one of my favorite special guests.
Oh, thank you. I love being on the show.
Oh, gosh. I love you for being on the show. And you know what? We have to just say this. Brothers and sisters, this is the voice of the one and the only who introduces the Sister Speak Show with that beautiful song. So I have to say to you, thank you so much, you and Ben Wade, for delivering such an amazing intro for the Sister Speak Show. It is a classic.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm telling you, I am touching hearts with that song. I prayed on that song, and it came to me, and it wasn't initially supposed to be like a podcast intro. It was, I made it out of hurt. and over, and it's not healthy to be in that type of competition to where you're downing and demeaning one another.
Yes.
So that song came out of hurt, and I'm so glad that I could use it for the purpose of your show, because your purpose is totally the opposite of that.
Thank
so it
you.
was an honor
Thank
and a blessing.
you.
Thank you.
No, it was amazing. Like when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. And it just really brings about a tranquil, uplifting vibe. It sets my show apart from any other podcast. It allowed, as far as having an intro like that, it's just so powerful. And I was just like, I just want to be different. And and your voice, your particular voice, I was like, I know somebody who can do this. Oh, I know somebody. And why not? So internationally, you are a superstar, darling.
Thank you. Thanks to you.
Oh, you are. And Ben Wade also. Both of you two are international superstars. And so I'm just saying to my international audience, this voice right here, you need to make sure you hear it, understand it, and know why she is the one blessing this show. Allie is very humble, and she, but she doesn't take any mess. And I want you all to listen to the first interview I did with her, so you all will know, like, we went through every single song, why she wrote it. Like, I was amazed. That one of my favorite interviews to date, because just of the way it vibed out. Like, we're talking about your songs and what the inspiration was. A lot of times artists don't get the opportunity to talk about every single song and why they made it and what they were going through. And, I just wanted everybody to get a feel for why you wrote that. Sometimes you got to know why you're buying an album, and instead of just buying it for song number 4, you're actually buying it for song 1 through 12, songs 1 through 12. So I just wanted everybody to know who you are. So everybody check out that interview and make sure you stay tuned into this one right here. So, sister, what has been going on with you since we last talked?
Oh my gosh, so much. I've been so blessed. I've been writing for different artists, thanks to Jesus. So I'm starting my songwriting venture now, and I've started my business, Skyline Entertainment, which I really started in 2014, but now it's kind of just really getting off the ground. I have my one official artist.
Congratulations.
I'm not going to mention her name right now because we're going to keep that under wraps.
Okay.
She is amazing.
Okay.
And I just want people to be blown away once she finally comes out. And, she's working on some music, and she's an amazing artist. I cannot wait for you guys to hear her.
Oh, wow.
And then also, I've been performing with Blaze and Black, of course, still.
Yes.
Going on 2 years with them, and of course with Q Guyton, I've been performing with him. Going on 6 years actually with Q. And I'm working on my second project, which is actually an EP, a Rose Gold EP, yeah. And so I'm just working. I've been writing for Brittany Washington. I've been writing with that group.
Wow.
I wrote a song for her. And hopefully I'll get some more clients. I'm ready to start working. I have a few other prospective clients that I'll be consulting with soon. So if anybody wants to collaborate, I am one of those people where I love to collaborate. I love to write with other people, come up with creative ideas, and whoever the shoe fits is who it's for. I'm not egotistical. Now, I like to copyright my stuff, but I'm not all for self when it comes to the lyrics and the music. So
that is amazing. Well, first of all, congratulations on Skyline Entertainment. And when your artist comes out, you already know she has an interview locked in on the Sister Speak show, but you already know that. Well, all of your artists, any of your artists, any of them, it's an automatic interview on the Sister Speak show if they want it.
Thank you, Ayana. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about the lobby. It's my new venture. I forgot about how could I forget about that? It's like my number one priority right now. The lobby is like my little intimate performance platform
coming to Houston because we didn't get to eat the fried chicken. We didn't.
That's coming up in March. They had to postpone it, but it's coming in March.
Okay, see, now, okay, I'm glad you told me that. Okay, that's fine. No, I am coming to Houston. I was already just saying, on my calendar for next year is Houston, North Carolina, New York, and I think I said Vegas, and I'm adding LA. Now, one of the reasons, and I have to say, one of the reasons why I have not been able to travel as much is because I have some obligations that don't allow me to go too far. But the Lord has, set some things for me to be emancipated. So I'll be able to move as freely as I need to next year to get out, to do, it's just that I had to, come out of what I was going through, where I'm at, so I could be of a greater service to you all in 2019. So I would love to come. I'm coming to Houston. I want to spend a week down there. I would love to come to the lobby. I would love to hear the acoustic singing. That is one of my favorite forms of singing. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
It's so personal and so I did the first one, and when you come, I'm gonna do it. Like whenever you come, just let me know so I can get my guitarist.
Okay.
To Aaron Ajo, because he's so amazing. He's my acoustic guitarist, and we're gonna bring it there for you. And I sung "I Am You," actually the intro to the Sister Speak song with the acoustic guitar.
Oh.
And I'm telling you, Ayana, there were tears.
Really?
There were tears. I was about to tear up.
Oh.
It was just so intimate and so personal. I loved it.
I can't wait.
I know you're gonna love it.
Yes, I am. I want to turn it into something huge because I just have like video production on my mind. I'm into, I don't know. I just want to do something to where like we can like take this like live and make it, be able to put it on YouTube. Do you all already do that?
That is the purpose of the lobby, to be on YouTube, to be live streamed on Facebook.
Perfect.
However we can get it out to the public, we're going to do that. And they're going to love it because the vibes and the energy, plus the venue, the media block. Q Guyton, like I said, I perform with him. He owns the media block along with his wife and twin sister, Deja Vu PR. They own the media block, and it just has this ambiance when you walk through the door. So when we set it up for the lobby against the grass wall and the red carpet with the lights off, it's so amazing. Like, it's amazing. Just that simplicity of it is amazing.
I cannot wait. I just love it. I love the vibe. I love my people. My people are some of the most amazing humans on this earth. Absolutely phenomenal in every way, shape, or form. We're so talented, so dedicated, so driven. And when we put something together, it is a lot of power and impact behind it. So any way I can, from Dallas to Houston, from Houston to Dallas, 2019, you all are going to see all 5'1" of me. And that's a fact. I'm coming to Houston, and I'm going to definitely want to have a live on location. I want to definitely, do some interviews. I just want to really, really highlight what you all have going on down there, on a bigger platform.
Yes.
For sure. So, let's just get into a little bit, of what's been going on with the music industry, what's changed and so on and so forth. I know you got things to do, so I won't hold you too long, but I know you busy, sister. I just wanted to, vibe out with you for, a little bit because, you are a recurring special guest. So whatever we don't talk about this time, we're going to definitely talk about the next time. So no pressure. But just a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about, that's been going on recently. A lot of people are saying that, the quickest way for a female to get on now in the music industry is to link up with some of the hottest rappers, some of the, hottest mumble rappers. That's the route to go. What's your perspective on that?
Yeah, that is, to me, that's untrue. Because if that's the case, what's your explanation of her? What's your explanation of Ari Lennox? What's your explanation of Cali Uchis. You have all these women that have never linked up with a mumble rapper, and they're chopping, and their voices are immaculate. I believe that the secret is being authentic. Being yourself. If you are a mumble rapper, hey, more power to you. That's what you do, then that's what you do.
Right.
But the quickest way for a female artist to get on is by being authentic and professional. I feel. That's gotten me a long way.
Yes.
My professionalism. I don't really blend pleasure and business together. There's very few people that I am able to do that with. However, we can still keep it professional. Like, for instance, perfect example, Q and Deja Vu PR. I've also worked with Joe Beasley, and I'm cool with him personally, but yet, we, handle the business. You know what I mean? We provide music. At the same time, and we're able to get the job done without our, personal lives being a distraction or, being able to take advantage of one another based on that. And I respect everyone's position, whatever genre they choose, but although mumble rap and rap is pop at this point, there's still millions of people in this world that listen to real, authentic R&B. There are people that listen to authentic rock. There are people, there's so many people that love multiple genres. You can't say that, by this genre only will you pop right now. Because in the future, that genre may not even be existing. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Be authentic, be who you are, because there's still people that rock out to Sade. Sade still sells out her. You know what I mean? No mumble rapper got her where she is.
Sade is a cool. That is a queen. Sade. I love. Oh goodness, she is.
Exactly. No rapper got her where she was. She didn't get on through quote unquote popular music. She was just different.
Very.
You can't even put her in a box.
Right.
So by being authentic, it ensures that people are going to be interested. You're going to keep their interest, and you're going to have longevity. If you're honest and true to yourself and your craft, and you work on that craft and perfect it, then you should have no problem with popping.
Yes, I agree. Well said. And then my last question to you, I just played before you called in a clip about female music producers and how they are overlooked, the qualifications that they have to have in order to even be considered for a Grammy. And I thought about it and I'm like, female music producers are overlooked. What is your take on female music producers in the music industry, and why do you think they are overlooked?
I mean, they're overlooked. The very reason that women are overlooked in a regular workplace, a 9-to-5 job, is the same reason that women are overlooked in the production world. Everything was, before we started kicking down doors, it was male dominated. Males didn't do it. Males were the ones that did it. That's been for a long time coming, since Shakespearean days when little boys played girl parts.
Yeah.
So it's just the simple fact that everything was male dominated. But the good thing about that is that things are changing and evolving. And now there are women that are kicking down doors. You have, I just want a huge shout out, Charity Yvonne. She just got on a big Chris project. And Charity has produced for Q Guidance. And Charity has always been dope. Ever since I've heard And once they realize that, once they want to see that other side and they appreciate it, there's no stopping after that. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yes.
It's going to be with female producers everywhere. And shout out also to Clarissa. She's an electric guitarist for Blazing Black, but she's also a producer, and she just gave me a song that just sent chills up my spine. It's what I've been looking for, that no male producer has been able to provide.
Wow.
No shade to any other male producer that I have worked with, because they're amazing. But there was just something about this beat that I have been longing for, and I've been missing, and I just can't wait to see the future of female producers in the game, because they're going to wreak havoc.
Yeah, and you said something, and I thank you for sharing that perspective, because it kind of just dawned on me, like, you know, with women being appearing to be more tapped into their emotions, you might be able to get a beat that, like you said, does send chills up your spine because of that inner working and that interconnection of our emotions. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's amazing when you find a beat that you really don't even need words to.
Wow.
You know, it doesn't need words. It evokes such emotion that you know what that person was feeling when they made that sound. It's amazing. And that's what Clarissa provided me with. So I can't wait to work with more female producers. And that's the purpose of Rose Gold Media. I'm pushing to have all female producers.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so look, now you and I, we're going to have to collaborate. I want to interview these women. I would love to share, you know, with my audience who these women are, if they are comfortable with coming on to the show, because like that's what I've been waiting for. You know, I'm always searching out through hashtags, you know, some of my special guests. But with your connection, you know, please let them know. I would love to interview them in 2019 on the Sister Speak show and just give them the props that they're due.
Yes. And we're going to talk, Ayana. We've been slacking on our talking, but I ain't going to mention it right now because I don't want to shock the world, but all kind of visions are popping in my head right now to where this could be huge. Okay. Yes, I would love to talk. Let's collaborate. I am ready. Trust me, I am ready to tear some ish up in 2019. Okay? I'm ready. Oh, yes. We will talk. We will collaborate. We will get it together. I will have my enough time available to do it, because I don't want to bury my talents. And I don't want to miss out on serving with my talents to everybody that, you know, we supposed to meet on our journey. So you are making me just get super, super excited because I'm really ready to do this. I really am. I want you to tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, because I'm sure you have to. Wait, before you do that, I got to say this. I was looking at one of your videos and you made me throw my phone, because girl, when you were singing the background for I Got 5 on it, oh my gosh. Oh, I ain't never heard a melody. About a good 20 minutes from now, I'm about to sing that in a few minutes.
Girl, let me tell you, when you sang that, I said, now, first of all, me living in the Bay Area for 25 years, you know, the shout out to the Loonies, you know, I Got 5 on it. And when you sang that, I said, now, I ain't never in my life heard that sung so, like, beautifully, to where it's just like, we should all go get some weed right now and just listen to this is a beautiful blunt. I mean, that was just like it doesn't get any better than that. You sang that, so I said, girl, I had to throw the phone. I said, she better stop. See, your voice is one of those voices that makes me think I can sing. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, let me try that. Let me not. But my sister, look, I do. I'll be trying. But, you know, seriously, though, you are blessed with a gift and you are a powerhouse. You are, and I don't say you're the next anything, because you are you. But I must say that when I think of powerful voices, you, to me, are in the ranks of the Kelly Prices, the Vestas, the Aretha Franklins. Like, can't nobody really mess with your voice. Like, you are one of the top female R&B singers, songstresses in the world, and you need to know that.
Wow, thank you so much, Ayana. That means a lot. It really does.
Yeah, I'm not flattering you either. I don't flatter people because, it's just, I'm not, because that's a waste of oxygen. I'm really telling you this, and you are most definitely welcome, but you need to know that.
Thank you, love. Thank you. I really do work hard on my little vocals.
Look, I need, because when I saw the BET Awards and they did that little cipher where everybody was singing, they had Kelly Price and all those people. Did you see that?
Yes.
Oh. With the tribute to Aretha, to the tribute to Aretha. Look. That's you. That's you. Get ready. Get ready. You are the breakout artist. So anyway, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Of course, you can follow me on Instagram at Allie_SLE. Twitter is the same handle. You can follow me on Facebook, ALLIE. My album Soul Proprietors on all platforms, and Rose Gold EP will be as well. We're pushing for March 2019. So yeah.
Okay. That's all. I can't wait. And I would love to be able to be the narrator for the documentary behind your movement. Okay. With that being said, my sister, thank you so much for calling in. I hope you have a wonderful show this evening. Shout out to the whole crew that stands with you. Hello to Houston. Hello. And go ahead and direct message me. Call me when you need to so we can start collaborating.
Yes, ma'am. I will do it. Thank you so much for having me. I always have fun on your show.
Thank you, sis. Much love to you, and we will talk later, okay?
All right, love. Love you.
Okay, love you too. Take care. Brothers and sisters, let's give a round for that excellent example of a sister queen, my sister, Allie. You are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Ayana. The tour where we cover every aspect of the music industry. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. It is amazing to have the connections that I have. It is amazing to be able to vibe out with amazing, phenomenal kings and queens. I am blessed, and you are blessed to be able to know these brothers and sisters. Check this in. I want to ask you all a question. I want to ask you all a serious question. If you could put together a tour with past and present R&B female singers, what would that tour look like? Who would you have headlining? What's the last concert that you went to? What was the last intimate concert that you went to? What was the first concert you've ever attended? Have you ever had to run when you attended a concert? I'm going somewhere with this. I'm really switching the conversation up. Okay, now listen. When it comes to being able to go out to a concert, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I just had to talk about this. We are in a day and age where you can no longer wear high heels to concerts. Oh, no. You've got to have on your track shoes because the pop-off is real. Have you ever attended a concert where it started out okay, but you could just feel that there was going to be some ish that was going to pop off? Have you ever seen a concert go from bad to worse as a result of just the fans not being able to get it together? Have you ever seen somebody thrown off of the balcony of a Coliseum before? True story. The Bling Bling concert with Lil Wayne and them. With Juvenile and them. True story. Rowdy at that Oakland arena. Do you prefer to just watch concerts via YouTube? Do you prefer to have nothing but VIP access when attending concerts? When you attended the last concert you went to, did you want to get your money back? When you were at that last concert, were you rather disappointed with the performance? At the last concert that you went to, did you think that they were singing to you? Have you ever gone backstage to a concert? How far have you gotten with the performers at a concert? Ayana, you are in my business and you need to mind the business that pays you. I'm just asking. I need to know how far you have gotten when it comes to a concert and what are some of the feelings that you have come in with and left with at a concert. Because sometimes we have these expectations of how it's going to go. You can always look at somebody's outfit and tell what their expectations are at the concert. True story. You can tell who plans on staying a long time after the concert is over. Oh, have you ever thought about the people who have to clean up after the concert? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine just the pushing of the broom and how they just cuss us out up and down for how nasty we can be? Oh my goodness. Have you ever witnessed like women fighting over roses at a concert? I'm so serious. Have you ever thrown your panties on the stage? And when you threw your panties, did the artist bow? Did they think it was a curtain call? I'm just saying. I need to know. Have you been completely infatuated with a singer to where you have actually pursued them? Now, I'm not going to ask this next question. I'm not going to ask you if you've ever sat with anybody that's a singer or not. I'm not going to ask you to tell me if you have any tour bus trials. Have you ever been kicked off of a tour bus? Ooh. Have you ever tried to get next to a performer through the bodyguard? Oh, how far have you gone to be the one? Have you ever tried to be the main girl in the video? Are you a video vixen? Are you a former video vixen? I mean, I'm just saying though. How far in the music industry have you gotten when it comes to pursuing artists? Ayana, first you talked about a concert. Now you're asking me to give up all of my information about my sexual liaisons. I'm just saying, can't nobody hear your answers? These are just questions that we put out. You know, have you ever had a child by a famous singer? Famous rapper? What's that like? Have you ever been in a relationship with a performer and walked away with barely? I'm just asking, because with the music industry, my whole point is this: there are so many aspects of the music industry that we participate in, and depending on how steady you are and depending how deep you are when it comes to your love of music, sometimes you can make decisions that can benefit you or not. And a lot of times people want to get off into the music industry because they truly love it. And sometimes people want to get off in the music industry because of what you can do because of the benefactors, which are your money, your fame, your status. And a lot of times we do know that people would not be paired up if it weren't for the status and the fame and the power and the money. You know that. You have seen couples get together and you've been like, you had to do the Scooby-Doo, huh? You had to hold your head to the side. Have you ever seen a dog hold his head to the side when he's just trying to figure it out? He just says sometimes he's just trying to figure it out. You know, a lot of it has to deal with looks don't always matter. They really don't. Like, I'm looking at your money and not your looks. And sometimes your money can make you look good. But how often do you walk away disappointed knowing that you had to slut yourself out just to get a bag or just to be on the arms of somebody? And you know, you're willing to let them call you all kind of dog bitches and all kind of slut hoes just to be in the video, just to be next to them at the award show, just to be seen with them, just to smell what it feels like to be famous. Now, I have braces. So because I have braces, this is just a pause. Because I have braces, you may be hearing my mouth sound like it's closing in on me. It's the braces, y'all. Sometimes the lips get stuck to the braces, but moving forward, are you willing to taste fame so much that you would sell yourself out? Think about these things. As a woman in the industry, it would behoove you not to sell yourself out and let somebody dog you out just to give you rubies. I will never forget that time Soulja Boy gave Nia that ruby necklace after a night of slutting himself all over the town. How bad do you want to stay with somebody just to say you're his girl or his woman? A night after them kicking your butt, but then the next day they give you a whole bunch of flowers and they say that they're going to take you out on a shopping spree. How desperate do you want to be in this industry? Now, I got to pause on this one because we are getting ready to close out. I was going to play the dark-skinned girls on colorism, but I don't want to right now. I'm going to play that for another show. This is something I do want to talk about before we close out, because I see a lot of people doing this. And maybe you don't know, why you're doing this. Maybe you're doing it because you idolize Beyonce and Rihanna and Nicki Minaj and all those other women. But I have to say this to you, sister. When you take a picture, when you pose for your album, when you post pictures, when you have photo shoots, sometimes the photographer works for the dark side. And they will have you in positions that are wicked, poses that are wicked, and will have you holding up hand gestures that are wicked. And when you do these things, you are representing a dark side. And there are young girls, even young boys, that are watching you. And when you hold up the devil horns, and when you are holding up the 3 6s, and when you're putting your hand over your eye, and you're putting that finger over your lip, what are you really saying? What are you really doing? Who is your allegiance to? You know, it'd be good to, if you would take the time out to figure out, why do they hold their hands like that? Why are they in this particular position to create a triangle? Now, some of y'all want to get on so bad that you'll do these things. You will emulate what you seek without any wisdom, because you idolize the people that you see doing it. And so you think that your photo shoot needs to look exactly like that, and that is just not the case. I'm just doing it because I'm a rock star. Who told you that? Who told you that you were a rock star? Do you know that a lot of rock stars are engaged in satanic worship? Do you understand what it is to have to sell your soul? The most precious thing that you have. The most precious thing. Your image. What are you depicting in front of that lens? When they tell you to do a full nude shot and we'll have a snake crawling across your breasts and we'll let the tail come up in between your legs to cover your vagina, what are you saying? Oh, it's artistic interpretation. Spell it. If you can spell it, I might think about it. No, I'm serious, y'all. Whose artistic interpretation? And what is being interpreted? And who is the craftsman behind the art? Well, I just want to be risque. I just want to excel in this genre. So you just gonna put yourself face down and ass up? All for the shot, all for artistic interpretation? I have seen some of the ugliest album covers. Ugly, horrible. I mean, absolutely tasteless. Very scary. I feel like I should sleep with a nightlight on. I should look at it with a nightlight on. Some of y'all album covers. And don't let me get started about the videos. How dark are you trying to be? Like, where are you trying to go with this? When you are holding up gestures that say that you are on the dark side. You rolling with the devil? I mean, I'm just asking. Are you willing to completely whore yourself out spiritually to be the next instead of just being you? If you would not idolize, you would not emulate. If you would not idolize, you would not participate. You have to be willing to be successful in your talents if that means that you do not become famous. Because that level of fame should never be desired. That level of fame comes with a price, and not a Kelly price. It comes with a price. Everybody doesn't tell the whole story. And I know with my artists that I interview, I choose not to go into their deep business. Because I do have to mind the business that pays me. But there are some stories that are so horrible that only God and that person and said parties involved know about. They don't want to tell you that they can't sleep at night because they have demons haunting them all throughout the night. They don't want to tell you that every time they close their eyes, they see witches and darkness and hear screams. They don't want to tell you about the incantations that are repeating in their mind consistently. They don't want to tell you about the blood that's on their hands because of the poison that they have put out on wax. They don't want to tell you about the sexual Karma Sutras that they have put themselves into just to get on the top 10 Billboard listing. They don't want to tell you that, but you can see it in their eyes. They don't want to tell you about blood money. They don't want to tell you how they were sodomized. They don't want to tell you about the gang rape. They don't want to tell you about the orgy. They don't want to tell you about door number 5 and 6 and 7. They don't want to tell you who you would not believe that they saw coming out of that door. They don't want to tell you about the parties in the basement. They don't want to tell you about that. The grit and the grime. Just to be number one, just to be famous, just to be known in the Hall of Fame of singers, of songwriters, of rappers, of producers, of musicians, of entertainers. They don't want to tell you. And the ones that do tell you, it's a risk. It's a risk. There is an invisible force that worketh through people in the music industry. And it's not all good. Now, that invisible force does not have all power. That invisible force does not sit high and look low. That invisible force does not have all power in its hands. That invisible force doesn't even have the last say so. That invisible force cannot box with God. However, if you are not anchored, if you are not chosen, if you are not linked up with the Most High God and His Son, Jesus the Christ, more than likely you will be slaughtered by that invisible force. It's not for the faint of heart. See, the next time you throw up them devil horns, you better think about it. Oh, yeah, sister. Oh, yeah, brother, you better think about it. Next time you get ready to try to pretend like you are with said invisible force, you better think about it. I don't really think you want them knocking on your door. I really don't think you want to be chosen by them. I don't think you're in your right mind if you try to get on by any means necessary. I don't think you really want to sacrifice your family members, do you? Even though some of them ain't shit. I know you don't. I know you really don't want to sit there and be doing some sacrifices, do you? You willing to get on by any means necessary? Even if it means by blood? By death? Does jealousy rule your thoughts of how you want to move in this industry? You ready to be the next Beyonce, huh? Oh, you want to be the next Rihanna. You. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The one with the inner Beyonce. You. Let her do her. And you do you. Next time you put out an album cover, next time you go on a photo shoot, next time, you better count the cost. You better really think about it. Next time you get ready to go and sleep your way to the top, you'll never be respected. Ever. There is a dark force in this music industry going to and fro, seeking whom it may devour. And if you are not wise, if you do not equip yourself with the power that you need to resist the dark ones, you will be slaughtered. Don't prostitute your talent. Don't turn your talents over to the dark side. Don't let anybody sodomize you in order for you to get on. That is one of the most defiling acts that someone can do to you. I don't care who's listening right now, whether that's a part of what you do or not. It's wrong. It's deadly wrong. And it ends in a lot of cancers and problems. You ought to want to wonder why someone would want to go in through your anus and pop you in your anus for you to get on. What is inside of there that is so crucial that is an entryway for people to get on? But that's the only way you can get on is if I go through that way. That ain't right, y'all. That's a spiritual death. At the beginning of the day, you are a role model, whether you are a good one or a bad one. And I don't want you to slut yourself out, whether you are a male or a female. Understand that. Your worth, your value, your character, everything about you is on the line right now. Because some of you want to secure the bag, which is a term that came out yesterday. Some of you want to be famous instead of just super successful. And when you want to be famous, you will end up on a seesaw with the dark one. And he does not play fair. And he does not play nice. And he will sift you like wheat. And he will slaughter you if you let him. Don't go into this music industry dumb. Don't go into this music industry as a hoe. You go into this music industry, you do what you got to do, and you come home. I don't want to see you on Unsung. I don't want to see you on Unsung in the manner of where other people have to talk about you because you're not alive. I don't want to hear on Unsung how many times you tried to commit suicide because of this industry. Because you saw some shit that blew your mind. Brothers and sisters, the time has been well spent this evening. I am absolutely, how can I say it? I am absolutely dedicated towards making sure that my brothers and sisters make it into this industry successful. And you make it out successful. We need, I don't want this to be loud. Please don't be loud. Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure you all get out of this music industry successful. And the only way that you're going to be successful is if you are wise. So with that being said, the time has been well spent. My special guest this evening was Allie, the beautiful voice that you hear at the beginning of the Sister Speak show. The beat produced by Ben Wade, another special guest that has been on the Sister Speak show. And tune in tomorrow night to the platform. My special guest, another special guest from Houston, entertainment manager Chelsea Montgomery. Oh boy, she's so beautiful and she is absolutely candid, and I love her energy, and she is a boss for Shigadale. And also on Tuesday, coming to the stage, producer extraordinaire. Oh yeah, if you've watched YouTube, you've definitely heard of Hooker Boy Films. Well, he has a series coming out. I believe January 10th is when it's going to be coming out. If I misquoted it, I apologize. Called The Evolve. He and his wife are a team, and I am very honored to interview this brother, Damon Hooker, coming to the stage this Tuesday, Cali Love. And then on Saturday, James Doe, a musician on the tour. And then the last Saturday of the month, R&B soul singer Ryan J. I'm so excited. Soul Man, to be exact. Brothers and sisters, tune in live, tune in on demand to the Sister Speak show on Spreaker. We've got a lot of good things going on. Go to my Instagram page at SGT Queen. And you can also email me at the Sister Speak Show for any inquiries. If you'd like to be a special guest on the Sister Speak Show, we'd love to have you. If you'd like for us to play your music, please send us a clean MP3 of that. We'd love to have that because we're going to be taking this show in a whole new direction. That background music you're hearing right now didn't mean to turn you on the instrumental, didn't mean to turn you on remix by Mariah Carey. Cite your sources so you don't have any issues. Brothers and sisters, stay warm, stay humble. Remember, anything going up is where it needs to be, because anything going down is crashing. Everything is going up. We're out of here. We're out of here. Until we meet next time, I'll holla. Trouble don't last always.